All right, next up, my second least favorite division, the NFC East. I think the most overrated division consistently every year and the most overhyped division. They just happen to have four really large markets, which is continually propping them up. But I have the Cowboys, or I guess we both have the Cowboys and the Eagles finishing first and second. And then I had the Giants third with 5 wins and the Commanders fourth with 4 wins. And then David has the Commanders at 5 wins, finishing third, and the Giants at 2 wins. So we'll start at the top. I think Dak Prescott is going to throw a lot of yards this year. I'm hoping Zeke continues to do something with his last year in Dallas. And then for me, I guess the key would be are they going to be able to replace the production of Cooper, who went to Cleveland, and Wilson, who went to Miami, with the guys stepping up behind them? And is Michael Gallup going to be kind of the same Gallup we're used to seeing back in the day? And then the Eagles, obviously adding A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, a couple other really good additions to their team this offseason, I think has made them a lot better. Now, can they take that step? And, I mean, I know they made the playoffs last year, but sometimes it felt like pulling teeth with Jalen Hurts. Can they take that step forward and really take it to Dallas this year and try to compete and win? And, they do have to play the NFC North this year, so they should have a lot of favorable matchups, both the Cowboys and Eagles coming their way. But can they take that next step?
The craziest stat to me is how many straight years has a division winner not gone back to back in the NFC East? Is it
Oh,
like the
boy.
last 17 seasons or something like that?
Is there really that?
Because if that's the case, this would be the first year we both have the um, Cowboys repeating, which is um, again would be the first one. I'm trying to pull it up here on the old interwebs to see what it is.
So
Um,
it was Cowboys, Commanders, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and then it was 4 straight Eagles. So the last time they had back-to-back winners was 2003, 2004.
and then the Eagles were kind of in that run with Mike Jocum's favorite Hall of Fame quarterback, Donovan McNabb.
And my favorite coach, Andy Reid. So, yeah, it's been a hot minute. I can't believe did the Commanders really win the division in 2020? I guess the football
Yeah,
team
dude,
at
isn't
the
that
time.
the NFC Beast?
Oh my
Um,
God.
so I think that's kind of where I come at this whole thing from is that division has just been so wonky for so long that even though I have the Cowboys repeating, man, I know that you guys didn't hear that sneeze, but do you ever sneeze and then you're like you ache after the sneeze, like you just pulled every muscle in your body? That's what just happened. Um, oh my gosh, this must be what it be. This is probably what it feels like to be a fan of an NFC East team. Truthfully, um, where was I going? Oh, I just think this is such a weird division that it was hard for me to pick because in theory, the Cowboys should be taking another step forward with Dak's development, having hopefully a healthy-ish receiving core, even though they traded Amari Cooper for a ham sandwich and a bag of Doritos to the Cleveland Browns, which I keep forgetting that trade even happened because it's so funny to me. I get it was probably more for cap purposes, but still a very, very funny trade. Um, and maybe I'm just a doubter in all these quarterbacks because I've said this a lot already on these previews, but I still am not fully on board and behind Jalen Hurts, even though they have beefed up that receiving core. I'm not convinced he's going to really elevate to that next level. Again, I still have him at 10-7. You have him at 12-5. So really not all that different. We both have the Commanders or the Washington football team. I think I will forever call them just because it sounds better. At that 5-win, you have them at 4. And then for the Giants, I'm just not a Daniel Jones believer at all. I've seen enough of that guy just fumbling and bumbling around on the football field to lose faith in him. That franchise has just been in a constant state of despair ever since the boat picture which then the Giants rolled into Lambeau Field the next week, and Odell dropped about half of his targets. If Odell catches 3 of those, the Giants probably win that freaking game. But instead, they lost 38-13, and ever since then, I'm not saying the Packers broke the Giants. I still think it was the boat picture, but they just haven't figured it out. So, I truthfully could see the Eagles and Cowboys going either way with this one. I had the Cowboys with a few more losses than you did. Part of that is maybe my bias, my negative bias towards Mike McCarthy's play calling and just overall offensive mind, but we'll see.
I think Mike McCarthy is one of the best regular season head coaches of all time. And their offensive numbers during the regular season seem to indicate that they just do super good up until when it matters. And, it's another one of those kind of like Packers situations where they basically have 4.5 wins guaranteed just from their division. Now, they're probably going to beat the Eagles once at the least. So they have 5 wins there just sitting there for them. So, yeah, I mean, my Giants optimism at 5 wins stems from their new coach, Brian Dabble. I think what he was able to do at Buffalo, I know he has a lot of talent over there to work with, but now coming here, I think he'll be able to at least elevate the offense a little bit. I mean, Joe Judge bordered on inept. I can never forgive a coach for what was it, like a QB sneak, or he was QB kneeling on like 3rd and 15 from his own end zone or whatever. That's unforgivable. So I think now that they're out of that shadow, they can at least do something. I have zero faith in Carson Wentz, and I have zero faith in Carson Wentz in an offense that's not extremely talented anyways. So I think they're going to have a tough time in Washington. And, as I say this, I have Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts as my quarterbacks in fantasy football. So it's the first time I think I've ever had 2 decent fantasy quarterbacks on a team. I've always had like Joe Burrow and then like, I don't even know, Davis Mills or something ridiculous like that. So, yeah, I think it all comes down to, can the Cowboys continue to move the ball down the field, which I think they can, because in my opinion, they're the only team in the division that has a franchise quarterback at this moment in time. I think Jalen Hurts still has a bit to go before we can start writing him on a franchise quarterback. Wentz definitely not. And I mean, if Jones needs to have a good year, it would make sense for him to do it in a contract year. So in his eyes, he better have a good one, because if not, he's quote unquote only looking at 10 million a year, versus if he can ball out, he might improve to the 20 to 25 million dollar a year range.
That's all I got on the East, or the Beast.
The Beast. All right, that's it on the NFC East. And it's going to be really exciting to not listen to Troy Aikman commentate too many of those Cowboys games anymore. So at least we're looking forward to that. But we got 2 left, so thanks for listening.